Good morning, this is Dr. Turner for Fundamental Math. We're today covering 3.2, which is looking at adding and subtracting decimals. Because we're doing this online, technically you could be using a calculator or Desmos. That's your prerogative. However, you should be able to do this by hand. Sometimes on a standardized test, it's not going to give you a calculator, in which case you have to be able to do it by hand. So this is just like adding and subtracting any other type of number, but we want to make sure that we're being careful where we place the decimal value. So let's go ahead and get started here. Okay. When you are adding decimals, you want to line up the correct place value. Just like if we were adding two numbers, let's say 37 plus 6, right? I want my ones all to be in the same row. I want my tens to all be in the same row. So you're lining up place value, because if I put, and this is 43, but if I put my 6 over here, I would get an entirely different number if I'm just adding straight down, right? So the idea is line up the correct place value. The same is going to be true of decimals. So if I have 97.51 and I'm adding, say 15.36, okay? When I write this, if I'm doing vertical addition, I need to make sure that the place values are lining up. So the tenths place, the hundredths place, etc. Also, more specifically, that decimal needs to be lined up when I go to do the addition. Once it's set up, this is just like adding any other two numbers. You add straight down: 1 plus 6, 5 plus 3, 7 plus 5, add or borrow as necessary, and then 9 plus 1 plus 1. Get 112.87. Same is true of subtraction. 94.36 minus 22.14. If I'm doing vertical subtraction, I want to line it up. 94.36 minus 22.14. Make sure all the places and decimals are lined up, and then subtract straight down. 6 minus 4, 3 minus 1, 4 minus 2, 9 minus 2. There are a few questions on your assignment that are as simple as this, where you're not having to borrow, and then there are some that you do have to borrow. So for instance, and we'll call this example 1 and 2. Okay, let's say I have 27.416, and I'm going to subtract 19.894. So line it up if I'm doing the vertical subtraction or addition. So 27.416, and I'm subtracting 19.894. So straight down, 6 minus 4 is 2. 1 minus 9, I can't do that, so I have to borrow here. Now I do 11 minus 9, that gives me 2. Borrow again. 13 minus 8 gives me 5. Borrow again. 16 minus 9 gives me 7, and 1 minus 1, 0. So my answer here is 7.522. You will also have some instances where you have two decimal values that don't have the same number of digits. So for instance, if I'm doing 61.9 plus 24.875, I still need to do the same thing. I need to line up the correct place values. So 61.9 plus 24.875. If one has more digits than the other, then I can just add in zeros as a placeholder there. And then add straight down: 0 plus 5, 0 plus 7, 9 plus 8, carry the 1, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 2, like so. Again, because we're doing this online, you can verify your work with a calculator, but you want to be familiar with how to do it without one. That's it for today. If you have any questions, please reach out during office hours. Otherwise, have a good day. I will talk to you soon. Bye.